Rex Masters of the Pros 200, one of many prestigious events that you've brought here to Owosso Speedway. Talk about the pride that you and your team take in being able to host these kind of can't-miss events like Masters of the Pros right here at Owosso.
Well, this we're honored to have this race 3 years in a row now, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And anybody that wins a race at this track is really earning it. This competition level has really stepped up here, and to be able to have this event with the type of racers that we're getting here, we're just honored to be able to have this. This has become, like you said, one of the best that we run out of 31 events.
Kevin, I've heard you mention in other interviews that you've enjoyed getting back to late model racing, to be hands-on in what you're driving again. Talk about the relationship with Rackley, how much that you're able to be involved in what happens on these race cars, and how much you're enjoying getting back into grassroots racing.
Well, it's been fun, and I think that really started a few years ago when Dale and I, myself, Justin Marks, and Jeff Burton bought the Cars Tour East Series there, and really that's he conned me in to make me feel guilty to go back and run the North Wilkesboro race, and really that really sparked my interest in what we had going on, and I'd been out of it for a long time, and to be able to go back and watch the late model stocks run, being able to get in the cars and drive, and it's the first time in a long time for me to go to the racetrack and have fun. He doesn't think this, but my result doesn't really matter. And I'm at the racetrack to have a good time and enjoy the competitors, go to different places. I really enjoyed following him around during COVID, racing go-karts. We would go to the go-kart track on Wednesday, and I'd fly to the cup race on Sunday and go home. And really, to me, that is really where my interest in getting back to understanding what I loved about racing, and that was having fun, and how much fun you had just for the love of the sport. And so, I think that we've been all around the country this year running the pro late model and the super late model, and to see that grassroots fan and be able to engage with them is something that we hadn't done in a long time. We hear a lot of talk about it on the NASCAR side, and we really saw that with the Cars Tour and the things that we did there, and how much passion that a lot of those fans in places like Owosso have, and Rex has, and so to be able to experience that and enjoy it and get to learn a whole bunch of new racers' names. It's not all about what Keelan and I are doing. It's about the racetrack and the series and the competitors, and being able to get the exposure that they deserve, and hopefully we bring some attention to that, and be able to, whether it's the CRA series, the ASA, Cars Tour, whatever it is, we want people to know about the racetrack and the series and the drivers, so it's been fun.
Keelan, for you, a unique opportunity, following in the footsteps of your dad, who obviously lived the dream, making it to the top tier. What's the balance for you, expectation, kind of having that Harvick name, but also building your own brand this season as you go out and race?
Oh yeah, yes sir. It's really cool to race against my dad because he taught me everything, how I know how to race. But it's really cool just to race against him and kind of build my own path and try and make it to what he made it to in Cup Series.
Cool. And then Blake Rowe on the end, one of our local superstars. He said, "How did I get paired up with those guys?" Well, because you're a former champion here of the Jakes Tour, former winner of one of the biggest modified events here at Owosso Speedway in the Hot Shoe 100, which is hosted here. Talk about what it took here to win in 2023, Blake, and then how you're working to try to find that same success here in these pro late models.
Yeah, I mean, what it takes to, I guess it's not, what it takes to win here in a modified and what it takes to win here in a late model is, I mean, kind of boils down to a lot of the same stuff. It's a very track position dependent racetrack. It's just wide open, hammer down for long stretches, and I mean, it's obviously eluded me here in a late model yet, but it's just going to take a really good race car. We've got a ton of superstars here as far as the competition's lined up, and I mean, it's just going to take, I think, all the stars to align to park it in victory lane tomorrow night.
We'll open it up if anybody has any questions for anybody up here. Jonathan has a microphone in the back, and I can pass this one around as well if anybody has any questions.
Starting out, you had the drivers here. Now, just getting moving down the track today, first practice lap. So tell me what it was like out there on the track.
I think, for me, it's just, I was fortunate to race Saturday in Hickory, so being back in the car consistently, this is more of I would call this more of a cup style track, to where not a lot of tire fall off, get the car in the right spot on the racetrack and be able to put the throttle down hard. So not a million bumps around the racetrack like we dealt with on Saturday, and whether to save the tires, not save the tires, and just being comfortable in the racetrack. But this is one of the nicest short tracks in the country. I've been to a lot of them over the last few years, and to see what these guys get to race on here is pretty special. And spending time with Rex and his family and crew last night, this is a pretty special deal to see the purse and the effort that has gone into the racetrack, the quality of events, and just the details that go with it. Doesn't happen at a lot of places that we go race. So I'm honored just to be a part of this with all these guys, and I think that's why you see almost 30 cars sitting in the paddock out there.
In the middle.
Is it surreal being?
Yep, there it goes.
Is it surreal being at a press conference and on the track with your son? How would you even describe what that feeling is like? It's a lot of joy, I imagine, that NASCAR has given you, and having the opportunity to be a part of this event with your son. How do you describe it, please?
Very strange, because I live around him every day, so I see the things that he normally can't do on an everyday basis. I guess 13 now, so some of those things include brushing your teeth, not taking a shower, can't do your homework, whatever that is. So it is a little bit weird, but we've had fun with it, and to be able to travel around the country and talk racing. I think back to my racing days when I was young and traveling around with my dad. I can't imagine what it would have been like to be able to have the opportunity to do the things that we're doing now, and do them together. And I think that a lot of people say, well, you're fortunate that you have the money to go do it, and I'm going to take full advantage of it, because the time that you get to spend with him and my daughter and family and the people that we get to meet, there's just no price that you can put on that, because you don't know what tomorrow brings, right? And to be able to do that racing is something that I don't take for granted. I worked my whole life to get where I got, and enjoyed every minute of it. But it's something that you can't put a price on, to be able to spend that quality time with your kids and wife and the people that we get to travel around the country and meet. Very like-minded people that like the same things that we do and love racing. And racing gave me everything that I have in my life. So being able to have fun and give back to the sport and expose how great our grassroots community is, and our competitors, and really just our NASCAR community in general, racing community. It's a pretty special place when you're embedded in it on a week-to-week basis, and it's something that I'm going to enjoy for the next several years and take it all in. But it is a little surreal, just because of the fact that he's 13, and a lot of people kind of laugh at that, but I've been around it for a long time. We've been to every go-kart track in the country, in Europe, and had a great time racing, and I wouldn't trade all that.
Got a question over here. All right, this question is for everybody. You can take turns. We'll start with Blake. As somebody who's at the track for every event, I feel that I have a pretty good grasp on who the contenders to win any given race could be. But looking at this entry list, I feel like it's anybody's game. It's packed full of the best pro late model racers in the country. If you find yourself in the last couple laps and you're in the lead, or you're running second, who do you think is at your door based on your competition here today?
I don't know that with the entry list that we have, that I would be able to make a strong guess at that, honestly, Dennis. I agree with what you started the statement with, that with the entry list we have, it's just going to be really hard to, you know, assume who we have to race with. And so I guess stating that, I would say we assume we need to race everybody in the field tomorrow. I mean, anybody in any of them. So, you know, having folks like the Harvicks here is a real testament to, I guess, the level that this event has grown to. But then we've also got guys like Steven here that have won at the highest level in short track racing, and, you know, has traveled a long ways to come up. So I think it just has really brought some of the highest levels of talent that we have here in the short track industry, and it's really an honor to get to be a small part of it.
Like you said, I think everyone a part of the 30 could be up there. Just how tight the field is, it's a really close field. But yeah, I think every one of us could be up there battling for the win.
Kevin, do you want to share anything?
Yeah, well, I think that's what makes these types of events unique is the fact that it brings guys that you put that purse up there, and then you have a facility like this that you're going to enjoy being in, and it's not a normal event. And when you have those abnormal events that have that prestige and mystique that go along with that, it's not every day you can win a green jacket. So I've got a blue one from the Coke 600, so that looked good next to that green one. Probably hang it in Keelan's room just so he could look at it. That'd be fun.
We've probably got time for one more for these guys, if anybody else has anything.
I'd like to ask a question over here. Rich Francis, CRA. Let's get to the nuts and bolts of today. You guys both inside the top 5. Kevin, you're at the top of the board of the 2 practice sessions overall. Keelan and Kevin, how comfortable are you with your race cars? This is the first up-to-speed stuff you got here today. And what do you guys need to work on tomorrow in the final practice session?
Yeah, I think that for me, I'm really comfortable. We scheduled a lot of the races back to back in the summer here just to try to get comfortable. And one of the unique things, you've got myself, Keelan, and Dawson there, and we were able to change things and kind of move the needle because it's just small increments of what you need to the center, through the center of the corner, and being able to be back in the gas as hard as you can. So how far can you make it? How much can you make it turn without hurting the exit of the corner? But I think it's you can screw it up more from the driver's standpoint by putting the car in the wrong spot. Then probably they could. I mean, they can definitely screw it up, but not as much as when it's close as I felt like I could. But I feel as comfortable as I've been in anything so far, and I think that running Hickory on Saturday, and then I don't know where we raced Evergreen a couple weeks ago, and we'll head to Colorado next week. So it's a fun stretch for me. I wasn't planning on racing this much, but if I'm going to race, I need to race a lot. So I think that has a lot to do with being comfortable today.
Keelan, how about you?
Yeah, like you said, the Ride Cooler guys brought a really fast car for us. But I just need to work on my driving a little bit tomorrow because it's a new track. But yeah, I think that's just the driving standpoint for me is what I need to work on.
And then Blake, we'll kind of wrap it up. You're 12th on the overall charts. Where are you feeling? You've had speed here. Things just haven't worked out for you. How are you feeling in the 71 after this first 2 practice sessions?
Yeah, I felt better about it in the first set than I did in the second. I think we just got behind on the racetrack a little bit, honestly, as it started to take a lot of rubber and just honestly pick up speed and grip, which is very classic Owosso anymore. So we've got a direction to head in the morning, and I'm sure we'll make a step in the right direction and see if we can catch back up with these guys.
Kyle, I'll start with you. You're almost the unofficial owner of Owosso Speedway and what you've been able to do here from your whole career. Talk about your 3 starts here. Most recently, you've gone to Victory Lane. A local racer who grew up racing here. What are your thoughts on the renovations, how the track races now compared to how it raced back in the day?
So old Owosso has my heart, honestly, and my good friend Blake can attest. It was 3 grooves, super bumpy, run anywhere on the racetrack, but its time was coming. And I would say overall, like us as race fans and racers, like we're very thankful for Rex to bring this place back, get fresh pavement on it, do the renovations that this place deserves and needs. So overall, just very thankful for that, and hopefully we can put on a good race and stuff for everyone tomorrow.
Steven, you've kind of made your career as a super late model driver. Those accolades that I mentioned are super late model starts and wins. More power under the hood, some different challenges than pro late model racing, but talk about the unique challenge that pro late model racing presents, right? Everyone being so close, and for you, the challenge of tackling a track here at Owosso that you've not seen before.
Yeah, I mean, the pro cars are a lot of fun. I feel like I've had pretty good success. You know, we were able to win the Snowflake, you know, last year. And, you know, I feel like my car, whenever I have it out, obviously this weekend I'm with Brandon Oakley, but, you know, my car I'm usually pretty spot on in, but, you know, these guys have been working hard, and I've just been trying to learn the track. You know, I was able to meet Rex and his daughter here, and, you know, they've done such a good job with this place. Definitely, you know, been to a lot of nice short tracks, and this is, you know, at the top of it. So I hope I can get it figured out a little bit better, and, you know, I'm never too worried at the bottom of the charts, but, you know, I do have some work to do, and there's a lot of good cars here.
Chase, when this place got repaved, I think I remember you saying it was one of the smoothest stretches of road in Michigan, and that same year, you won your first Masters of the Pros, and were in contention close to winning it again last year. What's the emotion like of taking home one of those green jackets, and what will it take for you to get back there this season?
Yeah, it's incredible just to win it once, and last year we had a pretty good shot at it, just a couple laps short. So, I mean, ever since last year, even winning it, this is probably one of my favorite races, or one of the races that's circled on the track, and just to kind of see it grow from that first year that it was here at Owosso to now, it's truly amazing, and it's cool to see what Rex has done to this place, and seeing how much it grows. So, just to kind of win it again would be crazy.
Dawson, you were the benefactor of Chase coming up a little short last year. Defending winner of this event, you know how wild it can get in the closing laps. In fact, you know, that late race incident last year set you up to go to victory lane. What's the mental mindset for you coming back this year? You know, an extra 15 laps, you know, to go the distance at 200. Where are you guys at? How do you feel after that practice session about defending?
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely one of the ones that I had marked down on my calendar at the start of the year. It's definitely just a big race. You know, after racing it last year, it's just an amazing opportunity to come here and see what this facility is all about. It's just really beautiful. You know, driving down the road, and it's crazy how much it's changed compared to last year with the, you know, backstretch grandstands and everything. But it's just super cool to come out here and, you know, have an opportunity at another green jacket. So I don't know what I'll do if I win another one, but I'll probably wear it around and stuff. But we'll see, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
All right, we'll open it up to the floor just like we did last time. If anybody has any questions.
Should we wear it tomorrow?
I'll start off. I have a question for Steven. You know, you talked about the pro late models that you're, you know, well versed in. You run them at Winchester, National Fairgrounds, Five Flags Speedway. Those are usually 100 lap races. How do you kind of process this, that you're going to run double the distance in the same type of race car?
Well, I mean, I'm more excited. I definitely do better when there's more laps on the board. You know, I don't get warmed up till about lap 100. So yeah, so I need that extra time, and it allows the race to play out some. So yeah, I feel like it plays in my favor, and yeah, hopefully we go out, you know, tomorrow and we get a little bit better in practice, get a decent qualifying spot, and then yeah, 200 laps is a very long time. There's a lot that can happen, and hopefully we just miss some of the carnage and are there at the end.
Kyle Crump, you won 3 CRA races in a row. You have an opportunity to go 4 for 4. What has it been like so far this year, racing and credit card?
Yeah, overall, I would say I'm just thankful to be back in one. Last year, I really didn't have any rides when the season started, and missed out on the show last year, and of course the Big O Classic last year. So I would say just thankful that Stan and Judy had a spot open up, and I was able to get back in the car. It's really cool to be a part of these big events. So try to shoot for, I think it's 4. I don't know what it is, but been rolling on some good momentum. I love this place. It's hammered down, full throttle. It's going to be a tough 200 laps. Probably be wore out by the end of it, but really interested to see how these pit stops are going to go, how these 2 tires react. But overall, I just hope it's a good show.
I have a question for Chase Burner. Chase, when you were last year at Owosso for the Big O Classic, and then at Whittemore, you've had some good race cars here that you're sitting in 2025. How comfortable are you this weekend to be able to have just the race cars you've had at those two events?
Yeah, I mean, kind of all year with our pro stuff, we've kind of been lacking a little bit in practice, and honestly, kind of going into all the races we've been in, I didn't think we would have as good of a car as we had, and so I kind of relay on that, or hope that I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, we're struggling a little bit. We're not as fast as I would like us to be, but Gordon's been doing a good job getting the car dialed in for me, and I think tomorrow, if we can get that practice in, it'll be helpful for us, and hopefully we can just kind of qualify in a decent spot ahead of the Bee's Nest and try to stay out of trouble and be there at the end. It's going to be a long kind of 200 laps, I think, just because there's a lot of people and this is a pretty prestigious race and everyone's going to want to win. So hopefully everybody can kind of have patience and realize that we all got to make it to the end to win. So the biggest goal is just trying to keep it all together and be there at the end with all the fenders on it.
All right, I got a question for Steven there. So, Steven, you're up here burning up at Owosso Speedway, and we throws our butts out to Pensacola for Snowball Derby. I don't know how those two things twist around, but you know, obviously you've won a lot of races in your career. You run up front. You're right. A lot of times you stay back, protect the car, and put a show on at the end. But you got a guy to the left of you, the right of you, got a lot of laps at this track. I mean, the guy right to the left of you started out in the front wheel drive. I mean, he just out of the body training when he started racing here. So it's these guys got a lot of laps here, and we got a big race tomorrow. But just kind of want to throw your thoughts of you can put the hammer down at about 100, you can wait about 150. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this whole field is stacked with good drivers, and you know, Kyle, Chase, Dawson. I mean, any of these guys can be up there with me at the end. Hopefully, I'm even up there. I know they probably will be. But yeah, no, I'm gonna take care of my car. Hopefully, stay out of trouble, and then yeah, try to. The problem is there's no tire fall off in the racing these days, and that's kind of where I thrived. Is when you know, I was able to let the race play out. Tires will start to fall off, people will start to fall back, and then I could kind of make my moves. But now the tires are very durable and don't really fall off a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how the race plays out. But I plan on putting a show on for you and for all the fans that we're going to have out here. And yeah, just hopefully it's a good, fun, safe race tomorrow.
Dawson, I got one for you. You know, teammates with Kevin and Keelan, who we just talked to. How much are you guys sharing information, and how much are they leaning on you, right, having won this race last year? What sort of things are you able to share with them to kind of get them up to pace?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely just an honor to have them as a teammate. You know, both of them, they're so much help. And, you know, I raced against Keelan for a while now in legend cars, and it's super cool to just have both of them, like I said. And, you know, Kevin's done all this before, so I can definitely lean on him for a lot of the NASCAR stuff. And then I'd say we help each other a lot for the late model stuff because he's new to it as well. So it's just super cool to have them, and I'd say this weekend definitely just we're all leaning on each other. I think our car's pretty good. Looking forward to tomorrow, and I'm just ready to go.